Welcome back to another episode of Terp Trends. Today, we're diving into innovation, harm reduction, and the entrepreneurial spirit that continues to push cannabis culture forward. Joining us are the creators behind Tar Tubes, a unique smoking accessory designed to help consumers better understand and manage what they're putting into their bodies. What started as a simple observation turned into a mission to create a product that gives smokers a visual representation of the tar residue produced during consumption. We're going to talk about how the idea was born, the challenges of bringing a new product to market, and what they've learned as women entrepreneurs in the cannabis and smoking accessory space, and how education continues to play a major role in consumer awareness. So sit back, roll one up, and enjoy the conversation with the ladies behind Tar Tubes. This is Terp Trends. Let's dive in.
So thank you, and thank you for being part of this industry, of course. And we are welcoming Diana and Nancy, the creators of Tar Tubes, which I'm excited to get into. How we doing?
We're doing great. I just want to say this is Diana.
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 Perfect.
Your European version of Diana.
I like it. I like it.
Thank you.
How were the holidays?
They were great, rainy, you know.
Yeah.
Every day off is a good day off.
Yes.
And where are y'all located? Because it was raining near me too. I'm in Pennsylvania.
Springfield, Mass.
Massachusetts. Cool.
Yes. Yeah.
There you go. Hey, represent Massachusetts. Coast.
Yes. I love Coast.
It's good products.
Yes.
Good products. Have you had them before?
Yes. And we met them at NECAN.
Awesome.
We met some of the Coast folks. So yeah. Exciting.
Good.
We're meeting so many great people in this industry.
It's such a cool space.
It really is.
And it's like everybody wants to see people succeed. And I think it's cool when we can all come together, especially in these times. You know, I feel like a lot of people are separate, but we're all going to come together over one thing. And that's the plant. And I feel like that is, in my life, the more and more I think about cannabis, the more and more I think about the community that I built around it, of just sharing it with people that I've never met before. And then they happen to, kind of grow into really cool relationships and just connections. And it's a very strong industry that you can kind of be yourself and create something in. So I think it's great you guys are discovering that as well.
Yeah, it's the nature of what we call the ladies' lettuce.
Yes.
Yeah.
To commune around it.
Yeah.
And that's how we met. We met just 2 years ago.
Yes.
Whoa, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
People think we've known each other forever, but we met 2 years ago writing letters for a candidate. And we were people that showed up. And then 420 came along. And we didn't have any conversation around this. But 420 hit, we looked at each other, and I went to my car, she went to her car, and then we were like, wait a minute.
Yep.
What are you doing over there?
Yep. That's so cool. Now, were you
fly together every day since? Ever since that day, there was a couple of sick days, and then you traveled a bit. But other than that, you know, when we're both in town, every day we see each other. And of course, every day we have a sesh.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Not only did we just meet 2 years ago, but we also found out very quickly that we only live about 1.5 miles away from each other.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we can walk to each other's homes.
So what I like to do is kind of get maybe a little introduction about both of you and just your background when it comes to just cannabis, how you're introduced to this plant and what your experience has been to lead you to creating this really, really cool brand, which it's just effective. It's efficient. I really like the way that it's versatile. It can really fit anything. But what we're trying to get down to with cannabis is how clean can we make it, right? And anytime that we can take any impurities out of this pure plant, I feel like it's very powerful. And that's where you guys come to play. But you had to have experienced cannabis a little more than just maybe 2 years to kind of come up with these ideas and dabbling in it. So if you don't mind just taking some time and walking us through, like, what did that look like in your lifestyle to get you to today?
Okay, so that brings us actually to the whole Tar Tubes story.
Yeah.
So I am a cigarette smoker.
Okay.
And I used to be, in one of my lifetimes, I used to be a team truck driver. And I stopped at a truck stop one day to refuel, and I went inside, and I had developed a smoker's cough
Yeah.
because I was smoking a lot.
Yeah.
And so I saw these filters, these exact same filters, different brand, but exact same thing, right?
Nice.
Made for
So
cigarettes.
made for cigarettes. So I bought a pack. I figured I had nothing to lose. And within 10 days, I saw, well, first of all, I saw the tar buildup. And I knew this was stuff that wasn't getting into my lungs.
Yeah.
And so within 10 days, about my smoker's cough was gone. And when Nancy and I met, I had actually just been smoking for a short while. I did edibles before that. And
Nice.
part of it, what was irritating was that I was inhaling 4 times as much tar from the average pre-roll
Yeah.
than I would from a commercial cigarette.
The
Interesting.
American Lung Association, we found that out.
Yeah.
There is, according to them, there's 4 times the tar in a pre-roll than there is in a Marlboro.
And here's before, can we explain, and maybe you can more than I can, what creates, like, what goes into labeling it tar? Like, is that actual, like, a tar, a chemical, or is it like all of the chemicals combined in that resin that we're calling a tar?
Well, tar is, I
That's
would
a
call it,
debatable subject you just
and
brought up.
I would say it's a compound, and you know what? You don't want it in your lungs, and that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
You know, it's sticky. I have broken open one of these filters before. It is sticky. It is like heavy duty residue.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not stuff you want to inhale, that's for sure.
And I've done that too, because I actually grew up being a cigarette smoker myself, which I was able to kick that habit. I can never kick rolling a joint, but I was able to kick cigarettes, which is great. But I even did that when I was younger. I opened up that filter to really understand, like, what is this? Because you see it, when you're smoking and you look down, you see the filters changing color, and you're wondering, like, what's really going on here? And me being me, I like to get into everything that I can. So I dissected it, opened it, looked at it, and I was like, wow, this is pretty gnarly, but I still like smoking. So I'm going to continue to do this, but at least I learned something today, maybe. So it seemed like you had kind of the same thing, looking at things and realizing, like, wow, this is definitely an impurity. Maybe I can change that a little bit.
Yeah, and so one day we were sitting down together, and she grabbed a pre-roll and I grabbed a cigarette, and we look at each other, and we took the pre-roll and the filter, and of course the pre-roll was flopping around because there's no fit.
Yeah.
And so this is where tar tubes, the idea of tar tubes was born. It came out of that moment.
We should mention we were 3 bong hits into our morning session when she reached for that cigarette.
I left that detail out, but
That's
so
beautiful.
true.
So I reached for a pre-roll to be polite. I didn't want her smoking alone.
Yeah.
And then we were like, then we
Yeah.
started shoving tissue paper in to try to prop it up.
Yeah.
We did all kinds of stuff. We made things out of cardboard. And then Alan, her husband, he's like MacGyver.
Nice.
He goes into his shop as we were like debating this one. We once we came up with this idea, we were tenacious. We didn't let go of it. And after 3 days or so of us doing this every morning, Alan goes to his shop, pokes around, comes back in, and he has this little plastic plug that goes to a transmission.
Or something.
Okay.
The one end fit this end perfectly.
Nice.
Plopped it on. It was flat on the top. He drilled a hole, and it allowed something to fit in here.
Yeah.
We allowed the pre-roll to
snug
fit.
in
Yes.
there,
So we called that the Allen, and that was our prototype.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go, Alan.
Yeah, so that's the Allen. That goes there. We've got that framed. We then had something like something physical. We had a conceptual product, and we took that to a local university. We went to the engineering.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's one of my other life. I own a transcription company. We do research transcription, and so I do a lot of work and always have with universities. So my mind always goes to, if I can't solve a problem, I tap academia.
Yep.
And that's what we did in this case. We went to the engineering department of a school that can't be named because it's a cannabis product anyway. But before that came out, they went ahead and designed the tar tubes for us in a way that could be mass produced.
And at the time, did you tell them that it was going to be used for a cannabis product, or did you kind of just say it was like a smoking product?
No, we told him what it was for.
Cool.
Yeah, he was great. It's just until the higher ups got involved.
Yeah.
We realized, whoops, we better not advertise.
Scale it back a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, but when Tar Tubes really makes it, we are definitely providing a scholarship to that engineering department.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Tar Tubes. Yeah, that's our plan. We have a lot of big plans like that.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you have a nice foundation to start on, right? Because the thing is, like, smoking's not going anywhere. For some reason, we love to do it. Like, it's always been around. It's a fixation or whatever it is. Me, I love the ritual. Just, breaking something down, rolling it up, relaxing, that's with myself, or my friends and family, things like that. But it's not going anywhere, know, and I agree on when you guys were looking at something and you realize, like, wow, this is going into my body. How do I make it more clean? Because there's not a lot of that around, I feel like, when it comes to smoking, and filtering cannabis smoke.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the nice thing about tar tubes and these filters that we give away for free with the purchase of the tar tubes, because we're not in the filter business, but these filters let you see immediately. You take one draw and you can see immediate buildup in the tar tubes.
Yeah.
I mean, in the filter.
Yeah.
And by the time you finish it, Deanna's pulling one out right now.
Nice.
Where did we pull it? Anyway, we'll just have to smoke one and show you.
Yeah, I guess so. It's only one way to do it, right?
Yes. Anyway, we have this collection of filters at Deanna's house. Here they are. Here's the before.
Yeah. Okay.
And here's one pre-roll.
Oh, wow.
Now you want to call that, I call that weed tar. Was it?
Yeah.
Well, people get worried it's the resin, like the stuff, but there's no effect on potency. So what we're getting out what I call weed tar that I've read about, which is the crap.
Yeah.
And it's not just tar. There's carcinogens in
the tar.
In the tar.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the combustion process.
And so, not to go on a huge tangent, but since you're talking about the tar and we just showed it, so there are these components that's in cannabis that we don't fully understand yet. And we can really see them when we go into extraction. So I'm sure you guys are used to the term distillate, or you've heard of distillate before, which is in a lot of like the cartridges or in gummies and things like that. The dark side of that is what it's called the muck. And if you ever are dealing with an extraction machine to a certain tier of volume, there's this disgusting buildup that happens after distillate, which is known as like the muck. And it's maybe 2%, 3% of the run that happens. And it's like, now that you're showing me that and talking about the tar, I'm just having like flashbacks to what we call the muck. And I'm like, I wonder if there's some type of relationship between what is building up in your tar tubes from smoking and what is happening in these extraction machines with these unknown compounds.
Wow, that is interesting.
Yeah.
That would be a great discussion. We get such good feedback on our Instagram.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, we're on Instagram. We just hit 2,000 followers.
I saw that. I think it's 2001 now. From when I
Yeah,
checked.
actually, I think it's
Whoa.
2004 as of this morning. But
Whoa, that's
Yes,
no,
that's
not
Yeah.
to brag or count.
yeah.
But no, it's exciting. And people really engage with us in the comments. Like there was a whole discussion over the whole resin tar thing.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
of the discussions. And we spend a lot of time asking people because we're not experts. We just know that this is not in my lungs when I smoke. I know that and I can speak to that.
That's right.
Yeah.
What you want to call this resin tar shit? And you don't want it in your lungs,
No,
you know,
no.
and it's being captured in this process.
It's it is crazy. The more and more we'll learn, hopefully with the more and more time goes on and what we're able to study in cannabis. And what I always find is, so I grew up smoking tobacco, and then morphed into blunts, right? So smoking a lot of blunts. And on the blunts, you get the buildup at the end, and we would call it just the resin, right? And even in joints, you get it, but not as bad. But what I've noticed is certain strains really have more resin than others. Have you realized that too? With kind of, because you have a visual buildup now that you can really compare it to.
Absolutely.
Have you ever like been like, whoa, why is this building up way more than the last one? Like this is a new batch or a new
We
strain or
get
something like
these,
that.
we actually, this is something we hit on Instagram too. And we were having this plan and we sort of do it, but then we get stoned and forget stuff.
Yep.
But we have brought on particular and introduced a particular pre-roll from a particular place
Okay.
and a particular brand. And
Yeah.
we'll introduce that and then we'll come back after we smoke it and we'll show how much we're getting.
That's
Which, by
really
the way, look how much I've only taken a couple of hits,
wow. And I
right?
wonder if there's a way, have you ever sent the tar out to get tested?
No, but that's really something someone else brought up to me at NECAN.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you about that. Sorry, I forgot about that. Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, look at that. It all
We did
comes
it all
around.
day long. I forgot. What did you? We're half a brain. We each remember what the other one forgets. Usually.
That's good.
Well,
At
there
least
are
you have a
times we're
team.
both blank.
Are you aware whether or not cigarette tar has ever been analyzed?
I'm not aware. I'm sure it has, and then that science has been buried, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But I would be curious to see a relation between, because one, I know the amount of chemicals that are used to spray tobacco, right? So what you get from tobacco, and then what they put into it then to create the cigarette and all the other chemicals that go into it. Like we don't use, well, I can't say we, not everybody in cannabis goes to that caliber of using pesticides and things like that to spray onto the plant. Now there are outliers that use a lot of pesticides and harmful things to the plant, which we all come to learn and do more about. But it's such a practice in tobacco. I would be really curious to analyze maybe like 3 different cigarette brands to see what on the spectrum they have in it, and then take 3 different strains of cannabis, maybe from 3 different gardens, or maybe 3 strains from the same garden, and analyze that the same way that the cigarettes were, and see really what it's going to show, because
There's so many
it's
variables,
wild.
though. You
What's
know,
that?
I'd hesitate to go down this road a little bit because the variables involved, how old is it?
Yeah.
When was it picked? How
Yeah.
much water was used in their production versus this one? I don't know also that it's a reflection on the quality of the weed.
No, I don't think so either. And
So
there's
we
there's
don't
so
want to
many
get
things
up
that
there
go
and
into it.
say, oh, we got this from X dispensary and it sucks because it's filled with tar.
No.
We're
Yeah.
not saying that. We're just saying,
No.
you know, and I think if we go down that road, I think people are going to get a little defensive.
Yes.
And it's not necessarily the 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 gardening process. It could be a multitude of things. It could not have
Yeah,
anything to do with the strain and everything to do with the storage.
for sure.
I don't know. So all, we just focus on these are pre-rolls. Pre-rolls are a couple of billion pre-rolls a year now,
Oh yeah.
yearly.
Oh, I'm sure
The
in the market
biggest
now.
product in cannabis. The
Yeah.
biggest revenue product are
and
pre-rolls.
it's a really fast growing market.
Oh yeah.
More and more seniors are starting to get into smoking pre-rolls. They don't, unless they have a machine or something, they can't do this rolling and stuff like that anymore,
Yeah.
and it's losing its stigma among older people.
Yeah.
It's gotten much
That's
better.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
One, this is what gets me personally. I've been smoking since I was 15 years old.
yeah.
I'm
Nice.
67. I'll be 68.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And people are talking about these old people. Where you were? Did you see that 70s show? That was us. We're
Yeah.
sitting around in circles in somebody's
Basically.
basement since we were 15 years old. And we've been doing shady deals. Like that's the thing to penetrate with seniors. We go back, we remember, meeting up with some guy that knew somebody, was somebody's boyfriend,
Yep.
in a park, in a town,
Yep.
20 miles over to score a bag.
Yep. I was still in that generation too, which
Okay,
was
so
like, hey, you get the
so
text like,
books are
hey, I'll be 15 minutes there, and it's an hour later. You're still waiting for him. It's like, oh, I just left, and it's what do you think it's like now going from that and now being able to just like go into a store and have the selection and everything? Like, what's that feel like?
You know what it is? I'll tell you. The first time, it's intimidating, and a lot
Yes,
of
it is.
seniors are afraid. Take your grandparents to a dispensary.
Yeah.
They're afraid to go in. They don't know what to do. They feel ignorant. Um, once I got over that, and I had to have a friend take me in and show me the ropes. I stayed away from
Nice.
dispensaries actually.
Really?
Initially, yeah, I just didn't know what to do, what to ask, how to order.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I found that a lot of seniors have this issue. And
Interesting.
until someone brings us in, and now it's like a whole new ball game. I love going to dispensaries. It's
Yeah.
like I just say
Being
to
a
the
candy store.
kids, you don't know how lucky you have it. You don't know
No.
what the legacy was.
Oh, especially with the pens. I mean, and the convenience and the way you can now hide your smoking is wild. Like before, I never had that. I was always getting caught because I always smelled like weed, because it was hard to mask after or smoking a joint or a blunt outside real quick in a 30-minute break I had to then like replenish my scent.
Yes.
And now I think it's great. I enjoy the pens. I'm predominantly a hash smoker, so I don't know where my device is, but I have one of those Puffco pens that I always just
Okay.
reload all the time, right? And
Mhm.
man, the convenience is great.
It's
The
amazing.
convenience is great. But I will say, like, my niece just turned 21, and she has no idea how good they have it. She's a consumer as well, and it's just like, man, you can
No.
just have your pen in your bedroom and your parents won't even know. Like, I was leaning outside my window with my window down over my legs to try to just, have a toke as a kid. And it's crazy where it's going, but where it came from. And now I understand that intimidation because I was lucky enough to grow up in cannabis. When I turned 18 or 21, I moved to Colorado and I was able to start working right away in cannabis. So that's predominantly been my career. And even now, when I walk into certain dispensaries and they have their wall, it's just all screens and it's just listing the menu of thousands of items. And I'm just like, that's intimidating. Like,
It
if you
is.
don't stay up to date with it, how do you even know what this is? And that's what really led to this podcast, because it's just kind of normalizing it more. and you can have people that will listen to this and listen to your story where maybe they're intimidated as well, but they're going to listen to these cool ladies who were intimidated and now they go into the store and they love it. And it's having that legacy that teaches people like this plant is friendly. It just takes a little walk in the door to get you there.
Yeah,
And
and
now
when
you're
you
loving it.
walk into the right door, because we
Yes.
blow through a number of dispensary doors, we're doing the marketing ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Depending on that door you go through, there are some bud tenders that really know their stuff. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
they, we talk about terpenes.
Yep.
We talk about insomnia and which
Yep.
terpene we should be looking at. And
Yep.
it's phenomenal. I think these bud tenders deserve, I don't know what they're getting, but they're not getting enough. And I always
Yeah.
tip the bud tenders because, especially if they're knowledgeable.
Yes.
If they're just a fast food, um, going to get me a
Just
Coke as easily as they're
yeah.
grabbing me a pre-roll, depending on if it's busy or not,
Yeah.
you know, then they're just a cashier and I don't see a point in tipping a bud tender. There's a whole, you could probably do a whole show on, do you tip a bud tender and why?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. But I think it's relatable because you'll have some people where it's just a transaction, right?
Yes.
Either you ordered online or what you went in, you quick told them what they went, they grab it, they check you out and then you leave. But then there's interactions where there's a certain energy. You can create a relationship with these people and they walk you through what they know or maybe recommend. And when you have that type of bud tender, especially in this industry for how new it is, you want to spend some time and learn more because you can learn something new about this plant every single day. Like I've been studying this plant since for a long time now, over a decade. And every single day I learn something new with the conversations that I have with people. And maybe it is just a bud tender because I'm always in the New Jersey market weekly, doing stops for my brand as well. And it's crazy what you can learn from these individuals. But I will always emphasize, please tip your bud tenders for all your listeners that are going in or new time store buyers that will listen to this episode and feel good about going into their store now. Tip your bud tender and ask them questions. That's why they are there.
And support that dispensary that invests in educating their bud tenders because, especially in the medical side, it's our medicine. It's sorry guys, but the future is bright, but it's also filled with a few aches and pains the older you get. So we go in and we're looking for relief. We're looking, we're not just looking to get high.
Yeah.
We're looking for, something that's going to relax the muscles at night. Something that's going to get me creative, whatever. But these are the things we need. We depend on bud tenders to know. And then that goes into a whole stories debate of, should you pay your bud tenders more and invest in them and get them education?
Yeah.
Should there be a competitive component to being a bud tender?
Yeah.
As opposed to, I could go work at McDonald's or I could go work at the dispensary down the street.
True.
A lot of schools are coming out with programs.
Yes.
If I were a dispensary owner, I would be going into those programs and recruiting from there.
Yeah.
And paying a few bucks more an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. It gets crazy when it comes into the economics of running a cannabis brand. Because there's so many things. I mean, obviously any retail store, there's a lot of things that go into it, but cannabis, just the way that the laws are, money and things like that, like it's such a new industry still. Like we're in the way that I say it is my generation won't be involved in anything as big as this because it just started, like before this, it was alcohol. And now we're finally legalizing and getting over like recreational and medicinal cannabis, which now will create more universities and institutions to have that type of academia. But when that happens, like, will someone who graduates college with a certain degree for cannabis, will they go be a bud tender? And what does that look like? And then how would that owner afford that? And I'm hoping when the laws become more and more pro cannabis, those answers happen to be more beneficial and applicable. But nowadays, like, it's still a wild, wild west out here for these companies
Sure is.
in the turnover rate in cannabis. It's always a revolving door. And I hope that we do figure that out and we can offer more education for these bud tenders, because it's such a passion for these individuals
Yeah.
that radiate this knowledge. Like, you can tell it's truly a passion for them. And I'm sure you've witnessed that going to all these store visits. Like, there's some people that you talk to and you're just like, whoa, like, you really do love this plant.
Right.
And those are the people you create such a great bond with. And it's such a
Yeah.
delight when you go back to that store and you talk to them and you see where they're going. And
Yeah.
it's beautiful. And
Mm,
I think we're going that way.
Yes, and I'd say it's often a reflection on the management of that dispensary.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
hiring the right people. They're encouraging the conversation.
Yep.
Some dispensaries you go in and it is like going into McDonald's. You're just, come
Yep.
in, go
In
out.
and out.
And some people want that,
Yes.
but I value, and I know a lot of my peers value being able to go in and spend time in a conversation. And
Yeah.
what you get in return is a lot of loyalty, and we smoke a lot of weed.
Yeah.
I just found out, I just got my medical. I didn't even know. The guy had to school me on, I was out of my gram allotment in medical.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know you were only allowed to buy so much medical in a certain amount of time. I thought you could just go in and buy 5 ounces a day. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
But there's a
Yeah.
limit monthly or something. I didn't know.
Okay. And do you have like a medical card?
Yeah.
Do you have to have like, so in PA where I'm from, they don't have adult use yet. So it's all a medical program. So I have like my med card. But then Jersey has a recreational and med side of things. So they're still battling teeter-totter. So is that the same for Mass? It's med
Yes.
and rec?
Med and rec. Yeah.
Okay. And then you have to like apply for the medical side of things?
Yeah, basically you pay a doctor $90.
Nice.
And they
And
give
then
you, and then you get
and then you get a
coupons.
card. Yeah. You get coupons.
You get
Nice.
coupons. It pays for itself to get a medical card here. There's, and you
That's
don't have
beautiful.
to jump through hoops to get the medical card.
Yeah. But then they put you on a certain monthly allotment from what
Yeah,
you said.
that I didn't know.
Okay.
And I
So
hit
you
it
wanna-
really fast. And the guy was laughing. He goes, well, it looks like he has a whole record of everything I've
Yeah, you can pull it up probably in the system.
you consume a lot of cannabis in a short amount of time. I said, yes, I do. I just went over to the recreational side. The only difference was I had to pay the tax.
Yes. Okay.
Well, I still got my mass quantities of weed,
Yeah. Good. Good.
but I
I was
couldn't.
about to say.
We're up to 2 ounces we can get in Massachusetts now at a time. They just
For recreational.
for recreational.
Okay. Very
I
cool.
think it's 5 ounces a day.
Oh,
Medical? I'm not sure. A
I'm
lot.
not. Yeah.
More than
Yeah.
I can afford to spend in a day.
Yeah. Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
Very cool. And would you say your predominant use would be the flower, the pre-rolls?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Again, Alan and Deanna, they're the engineering team of this firm.
Yeah.
They get together and we pool our weed, and we'll get 3, 4, 5 ounces together, and they have a machine.
Cool.
And they grind. She grinds up in a coffee grinder weed, and they dump it into this machine, and it creates the pre-roll.
Pre-rolls.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's just like an individual one at a time. We're not, but the way we smoke, we probably could get one of those that go like this, and they're doing
Yeah.
tons at a time. We really should invest in one of those. But
There's a thing. It's called like a bump box. Have you ever seen a bump box before?
I might have, but didn't know the name of it.
So picture like the easiest way I could say is picture a shoebox, right?
Okay.
And you think of the lid. The lid has a bunch of holes that you would then preload the cones into. So you would load all the cones up, and then say there's about like a quarter of an inch lip on that lid. So then you can put all the flour in it. And then you kind of shake it around where all the flour goes into the joints. And then
Oh,
you just kind of bump it a little bit to keep the flour going to fill it all. And it's when I was in the hemp industry for a long time, I had a small farm and they wanted to do all pre-rolls, but we couldn't afford a big pre-roll machine.
right.
So I was able to find this device, the bump boxes, and we did like 50 pre-rolls per box. And you can probably do it within like 3 to 5 minutes. You just keep loading it up and stuffing them, and then you just use kind of
You just changed our lives, a bump box.
yeah. I'll send you the link,
Oh,
Nancy,
yeah. Okay,
after
thanks.
this talk, so you
Thank
can just
you.
have a look at it. But it was a really convenient, easy way with not a big overhead to like fill a bunch of joints at once. And you kind of still have your hands on it because you're packing a little bit with your hands. Sometimes when it goes to these big machines, you're not getting the best pack that you want. They could be overpacked, they could be too tight, things like that. So you do have more like hands-on control.
Mhm.
And just me being me, like I like to be hands-on with my cannabis. Like I always love rolling a joint or packing a pre-roll. So I don't want it to be automated as much as these machines are taking over. I want to feel it and be a part of it.
I
So it
like
might be
to
something
smell
for
my
you.
weed, and then I like
Yeah.
hand it over to Alan to deal with it. I don't have time anymore. We don't have
That's what I'm
time.
saying.
We are
Yeah.
on the road all the time. Um, we're on podcasts and think tanks, and
Yeah.
High Times Magazine picked up our story. I used
Oh,
to
that's
sneak
beautiful.
High Times Magazine. High Times Magazine. My dad was a cop. I had
Oh, wow.
I had to sneak High Times Magazine into my house as a kid. Okay.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
brother, a year or so later of me starting to do this, he actually had a subscription, and that caused all kinds of hell in my house. I remember.
That's funny.
But Dad was cool. He was a homicide detective from the Bronx.
Oh, wow.
And
Oh,
he
wow.
retired, and we grew up at the Jersey Shore. And
Okay. Is that where you're from then? More of like the East Coast,
yeah,
like
I'm
Southern
from
East Coast,
like
Jersey?
the Asbury Park area.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Uh,
I'll be up there on Friday.
Stop at the Funky Donkey.
The Funky Donkey?
There's a head
Oh,
shop there. They're
all
car tubes. They're on Main
I'll write
Street.
it down.
The guy's really cool, and the shop is really fun. Old time head shop, old school.
So how does that feel? You growing up reading High Times, smuggling into your household, and now you were featured in it. That's a pretty big achievement.
I can't even tell you. I'm still high from it.
Yeah.
It's the biggest ride. I couldn't wait to tell old high school friends. They're blown away. My brothers
Yep.
are
Yep.
blown away. It's huge. I mean, some people won't get it. I put up a little video. I put on the cover of the Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Gonna buy 5 copies for my mother. You remember that song
Awesome.
by
Yeah.
Dr. Hook? Anyway,
That's awesome.
I put the picture of the article up and ran that song underneath it.
That's
Now I have to get onto the Rolling Stone.
yeah. Yeah. There you go.
It's a fantastic thing. It was, getting published by High Times was not an easy thing to do.
No.
It was 5 total rewrites.
Wow.
Total submission. You got a story here, but we don't like the direction you're going.
Interesting.
This is really good. You're on to something, but it's a little too commercial towards your product. Got to start over. I mean, it was hours and hours and hours. It was a college course.
I won't do that to you. Don't worry. This is a one-time shoot with me.
Yes,
So
right.
what we get is
It was
what we
great.
get.
It was a good discipline. I learned so much. The editor
Yeah.
was fantastic, and the result was our retail sales are booming.
That's amazing.
Yes, because people, it's High Times.
I mean that, and you can't deny the quality of your product.
Exactly.
So the high times help, but the authenticity of what you're making and what you have behind it is
Thank you.
what
Yes.
is ultimately getting you to this success. So let's talk about that. How's that been navigating? Like how from the start to now, paint that picture for us a little bit.
Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
Oh boy.
All right. Well, I'll start. Um, we were talking about us sitting in a room, coming up with this idea, and then going to the university.
Yeah.
We launched in October.
We
soft launched for, I'm sorry, we discovered this idea in February of 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went to the university in April. We
Wow.
soft launched at the flower show, the flower expo
Yeah.
Cool.
in
Cool.
Northampton, Mass.
Yep.
in June. So February
Yeah.
was an idea. We had a physical product to soft launch and give out samples in June. We launched October with tartubes.com. And in November, we were on shelves throughout the 413 area code.
That's amazing.
Now we're in shelves throughout the Commonwealth, as well as Vermont, Connecticut, New York, and New Jersey.
Wow.
We're talking to
Yeah.
people in Vermont, in Las Vegas,
Yeah.
and Maine and Rhode Island. We've hired
Beautiful.
on 4 brand ambassadors.
Whoa.
Yes, and we're scaling. So
It's been an interesting journey, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
But you know what? We promise each other from day one, we were always going to have fun.
Yes.
And have there been stressful days? Oh, you better believe it. But we have never forgotten about the element of fun.
Good.
Every day ends with a hug.
Every day.
Every day starts with a smoke.
Yep.
Usually ends with a smoke too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple in between, but
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but all that said, it's for being the age I am, and I also run another business still.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I have 3 kids, 3 grandchildren, a pool, and a garden, and 2
Beautiful.
businesses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm really need to smoke and
I
relax.
do. Yeah. I get that. I understand that.
I'm a busy woman.
But I think it's really important that you said what you said when it comes to fun. We are so blessed to be able to work in this industry and be able to have access to the people in this industry and the love that comes around it. Because it is a really fun space to be in.
It's great.
And I think it's good that you recognize that and you hold that pure and true to yourselves, because man, there's a lot of other shit jobs out there, shit
Right.
products that people make and
Yeah.
try to sell, and it's manipulative, and it's not pure, it's not authentic. And what you ladies have created for yourselves is beautiful. And the fact that you are able to have fun around it is even better. It's
Oh,
good
we
for your
only
soul.
would too, because yeah, again, our age. The,
Yeah.
we didn't decide we needed a job and
No.
decide to let's come up with something. We came up with something. It worked. You were saying how you lost your smoker's cough.
You
Well,
haven't-
Yeah.
I didn't even tell
Yeah.
you that I had, when we had met, I had COVID
Okay.
early on, and like in
Yeah.
October. And when we came up with this idea, it was February, and I still had a cough. I
Wow.
used the Allen for 10 days.
Yeah.
Never stopped toking throughout COVID, and I never stopped
Nope.
toking after. Sorry, no judgment, but that's me.
No judgment.
Uh,
Yeah.
And I started using the Allen, and within 10 days of using the Allen, my tokers, 4-month-long lingering toker COVID cough was gone.
Wow.
So it became like we're on a mission.
Yeah.
We had friends try it. And we try it now. We like it. I was sold. It was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, we've got it. We've got it.
We have to do something.
Show
with
this to our friends, because at this age, and people who have been smoking as long as we've been smoking, your lungs start to resist it. And
Yeah.
you have a lot of us have chronic coughs.
Okay.
And then you have their ailments that come along with age. You know, a lot of us have COPD, a lot of us have whatever.
Yeah.
So we shared it with our friends, and they were having the same results.
Yeah.
And then that's why we moved to market so fast. I mean, this was
Yeah.
an idea in February, and we launched
Yep.
in October, and
Yep.
had High Times magazine the following March covering our story. And now, you know, we're not a year out. We're in 5 states.
Yeah.
It's a whirlwind, but we're on a mission. And we don't have a lot of time to mess around. We're
Yeah.
old. You know, we have this great idea. We've got to get it out there. We've got to get it out there fast.
Yeah.
And because we want young people as well as old people to benefit from this product. We really don't want young people facing some of the problems that come with age that don't have to happen. And if
Yeah.
you're, you know, if you're toking a lot, you know, I'm gonna tell you, you got young people who are toking now, that ain't gonna go away when you're 50, 60, 70 years old. You're gonna still want to toke,
No,
No.
you will always be
right?
token.
You'll always be
You
toking, but your
will always be
might not let you.
No.
So
And
most people start using tar tubes.
what I'm really worried about is not the flower smokers, it's all of these vape cart smokers.
Oh God, yeah.
And I'm curious to see, have you ever thought, now you're still in grind mode for the flower side of things, but have you ever thought of expanding it to like devices that you could fit onto these things or anything like that? Is there any
We get
ruminating thoughts?
so much. Tar tubes was built on the input of dozens of amazing vested people in the fact they're vested in the idea.
Yeah.
So, what was the question?
So basically, we get suggestions.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we got
Suggestions
suggestions.
on a regular basis, and we take everything under advisement.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and probably the best answer that we can give you at this point.
Yes, but people have
know.
suggested this.
Yeah.
Um,
For blondes, people want them for the fatties.
do I have a bong handy? These, by the way, do fit in
Yeah.
the stem of a
Oh,
bong,
perfect.
Of a 14 millimeter
14
bong.
millimeter bong.
Oh, perfect.
And so you take your hit and
Yeah.
you grab. Oh, by the way, look at all that.
That's
Um,
insane.
that's
And was
not
that from what
going
you
in-
just smoked?
Yeah, that's not going into our bong either. It's not getting our bong dirty.
That's beautiful.
And the smooth hit that you get when you combine a bong, which is smooth anyway, with
Yeah.
the tar tubes,
Yeah.
it's heaven.
That's one of my favorite ways. Well, was one of my favorite ways to consume was a straight tube or just an old beaker bottom bong.
Yeah, I
And-
love
and
bongs.
just operate on one hits, clear the bong, and that's beautiful. But even me, I'm curious because you might have sparked a little experiment in myself, because I don't smoke a whole lot of flower these days because it got so heavy in my lungs, and I just felt that, me being a smoker since 15, I'm now 34, so do the math.
This episode is brought to you by Waddle, the world's fastest and easiest way to review and track your medicinal cannabis products. Waddle offers batch-specific reviews, so you'll know what to stash or what to trash. It's exclusively available for Pennsylvania medical cannabis patients. Waddle helps you take the guesswork out of your cannabis journey and ensures transparency with the verified product tracking. Download Waddle now on iOS or Android. That's WODL, and take control of your cannabis experience today.
But I've been smoking long enough to feel some type of residuals from the amounts that I was smoking. And when I was younger, it was packs of blunts, so that'd be like a gram and a half of flour in one single blunt, and I would just smoke that myself. And I'd have like 5 or 6 of those a day with joints with my friends in between, right? And And now I'm at the point now where I'm like, Adam, that was so gluttonous. Like, you don't need all of that. You know, it's fun to do. And luckily it's with a cannabinoid or a component where you can just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And we don't have too many like residuals yet, but it's over medicating. But now I'd be curious to see if I put a tar tube, how long I could smoke a joint before I feel it in my chest. I think that would be a great experiment to try, because I'm happy now, excited again for flower.
Yeah, tartubes.com.
I know. Or no, I'm gonna go to Funky Donkey.
We'll get you out some tar tubes.
I'll go visit Funky Donkey on my way to Asbury.
Well, there you
Park,
go.
I get to support them, and I get to support you at the same time. And I think,
well, let me say hi.
I will. I think that's the most beautiful thing. But it's crazy the amount of years we have smoking, but yet not so many devices to make it cleaner. And I really think you ladies like just hit this on the nail for giving us an option. Because like you said, people will always smoke. We're going to always be toking. And if we can find a way to make it healthier, which we're always trying to do with cannabis, like that is the answer. And you've nailed it. I am very curious to see. So my head is going in so many ways of what this stuff is, this tar. And I would love to have you heard of a lady? I think it's I believe she's a doctor. I'm gonna call her doctor because she's so just knowledgeable. Dr. Riley Kirk, I think it was, and she's done something called like the science of smokability.
No.
Where they've been breaking down. They had like a machine that you could put pre-rolls in, and they would like have different rates of smoking. And like what that smoke does, but she really dives into cannabis and experiments and just like knowledge behind it, like analytics behind it. So that would be such a cool individual to see, like, how can you, if there's even any interest, dive into like what's behind this tar, and what if there's a way to
brilliant. I love the
I'm gonna
idea.
connect with her on LinkedIn after we're done.
Yeah, I'll say, and I'll send you that name with the bump box as well.
For you
to
we already forgot it.
The more, and I'm gonna write it down just so I don't forget myself. The more we can learn from it, the more we can change the quality of it. Because unfortunately, me being a smoker just like you guys, we're not going to stop. But is smoking really the most efficient way to enjoy your cannabis? And from a medical standpoint, like it's really hard to paint that picture and say yes.
Yes.
But like I'm a hypocrite, and I will always smoke, right?
Exactly.
But it's how do we make it cleaner? And we're trying to do it from a garden standpoint when it goes into certain chemicals you put into your garden, pesticides, herbicides, growing components, and things like that. Like what makes a quality smoke? And I feel like you guys are hitting it from a whole other side of like cured flower, finished flower, and then what goes into that. Because I'm sure you've realized that resin builds with different strains or different pre-rolls. You probably have more in the tank or less. And I'm curious, does that have to do with what they're growing with? And what you said earlier, could that have to do with the drying practices? Like, is there more moisture in certain pre-rolls that are creating more tar? And what that looks like. Have you ever tried to, so when you make edibles, you decarb cannabis, you kind of put it through the oven and things like that, and you activate the THC. Have you ever tried to stuff a pre-roll with decarb cannabis and then put it through a tar tube?
Oh, no.
And I would wonder if, because when it goes through the decarbing process, it's going to dry it out even more than what it would be. And I'm curious to see what that would equate to.
And you make your oil, you decarb it.
Oh, is that what it's called?
The decarbolox.
Oh, yeah.
Decarbolox. Decarbolox. How do you say
that
word?
Decarboxylation. We'll edit this part out, but I just always say decarboxylation.
Decarboxylator. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, you've got one, so we should do that.
Yeah, we can. We absolutely can.
Yes.
And you could do like a control. You could do like a normal non-dried flower or normal pre-roll flower.
You know what's coming out of this conversation is we need to open up an R&D department.
No, I think so. And it's such a beautiful opportunity to do that with the way that the
Yeah.
laws are changing now. There's more lenience onto making these things and being able to do it or maybe even get funding for it. So
Yeah.
I mean the
Right.
journey of understanding
But,
smoke.
we're still,
I sh-
that said, we're out there knocking on doors at dispensaries, still
yeah,
putting in our little displays and saying, check out our product.
Yes.
and that's the fun part,
It is
because
fun.
this industry is built on connections, but it's built on human interaction.
Exactly.
And I hope that's where it never goes. Like, it crushes me when I walk into a dispensary and I see it just lined with kiosks where you just order on a screen and then you don't talk to the bud tender.
Right.
Like, part of my favorite thing of going into dispensaries is talking to them about weed. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
and that's what I think so beautiful with you guys, because you get these cool ladies coming in to show you their like sweet cannabis device. And I just think it's so beautiful and
We've
just
had
awesome.
the best time. We've met the best people, young and old.
Yeah.
People, that put us on the shelves, they're taking a chance on us. We know that.
Yeah.
Um, they're flying off the shelves, especially
Oh,
in
I'm
New
sure.
Jersey and New
Yeah.
York.
Yeah.
More
Oh, yeah.
restocking within weeks on the shelves there. It's amazing. But we're restocking all the time. And I think now it's almost as thrilling to restock as it is to open a new store
Oh, yeah.
because
No, the
they're
Yes.
selling.
yes.
You feel good
Yes.
because we pitch them to try our product.
Yeah.
And key for us is pitching the bud tenders to try the product. And once
Yes.
they do, they're on board.
That's all you got to do. It
Those
all
bud
starts with the bud
tenders that
tender.
are selling are tar tubes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, and it starts with the bud tender. But I always say, me being in cannabis sales myself, sometimes getting in the door is not the hardest part. It's providing and proving the sell through of your product in said door, which could always be uh, a hard part to navigate of how do I get it? Because not every door is the same. Not every store is the same.
no.
So you really have to lock down like what stores are worth it, where do I think this will survive, and then let's point and shoot from there.
The mom and pops honestly have been the easiest and
Yeah.
the most supportive.
Yes.
You don't have to go through a lot of red tape. Doesn't
Yeah.
cost a lot to get on. Some of them are doing it out of their petty cash, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because it's a very simple, they're small packages. They retail for $15.
Nice.
Um,
And how many come in a package?
you get 28 free filters with the tar tubes. So you'll
Oh,
28 of these. I should have brought a package up. You get 28 of these free.
okay. Yeah.
Isn't this a nice color?
No, it's very cool.
I love that color. They come in multiple colors.
Very
Um,
cool.
and then on a display, there's 25
Okay.
packages. So it's a very, it's a small transaction. You're not going in with pounds, trying to move pounds or
No,
or
no, not at all.
dozens of pre-rolls or hundreds of pre-rolls. It's a very simple device. Here's the package. Thank you, hon.
Oh, beautiful.
Here's the 25, and then you can see the green tar tubes,
Yeah.
and that's what they look like on the shelf.
Oh, that's so cool.
So those mom and pops, they've been grateful because no one's making money on cannabis anymore.
No.
It's hard.
And
it
you
just,
find an
I'm sure there's
accessory
listeners.
that's selling.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been thanked by managers. This is great.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's a nice little upsell with a pre-roll.
No, it's beautiful. Especially if you can put some profitable margins in
Oh,
there for the store.
There are, yeah. It's almost a 50% markup.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So,
And you can't deny it.
everyone thing.
Like, I think once you see it, like me, I saw it. I'm already sold. I'm going to go buy one as soon as I'm in New Jersey.
So,
That is great.
It's a beautiful product. So where do you think the next steps are for tar tubes?
well, Vegas.
Yeah.
We sponsored the Las Vegas Silver Stars women's professional tackle football team this season.
Whoa.
We opened up a
Yeah.
whole market of that's just not us.
Yeah.
Not old ladies from Massachusetts. You know,
So
it's
you're sponsoring a football team in Vegas. What goes into that?
well, we wound up we are on a think tank through the Women's Cannabis Chamber of Commerce. And we
Sweet.
participate in online think tanks from people in the industry, women in the industry from around the country. And
Beautiful.
one of the women is the coach.
Cool.
And we decided people have been taking chances on us throughout
Yeah.
this whole process.
Yes.
You know, we said, let's sponsor one of their, they needed sponsors for each of their team
Players,
members.
yeah.
And so we sponsored Joe Archer, number 32, the offensive tackle. And
Right.
it was her second year in. So she had her rookie year the year before, paralleled ours. And it was great. They promoted tar tubes in so many wonderful ways.
Yeah.
Banners at the games, but also they were making video clips and Instagramming and collaborating with us on Instagram. A
Yeah.
number of the team members, not just Joe, but Alex, the coach, and a couple of their players. So, yeah. So the next best thing for us to do is to get into that market.
Yeah.
We're focused,
Yeah.
but we're expanding. We're ready to go national, in terms of where it's legal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
where there are no obstructive barriers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay out of Virginia,
Stay out of Virginia.
where I am
Yeah. It's,
with the news that
Virginia's
just
rough.
came out of Virginia.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Democratic governor shot down recreational cannabis recently.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah.
And what obstructions have you guys faced so far with these devices?
Not much. It's just that we know. I went to ChatGPT and was asking about where best to market,
Yeah.
and they said, like stay out of Mississippi and Alabama and North Carolina, and you can't Texas and Arizona. Arizona, not because it's a cannabis product, but because we're shipping filters that are tobacco,
Wow.
and they have special laws saying you can't ship those into their state without some kind of, or you just can't do it. You just can't do it. And other
Interesting.
ones have these restrictive things. It's not worth the hassle. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
we're doing great in New England.
Beautiful.
The Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're filled with smokers on the East Coast,
right,
I'll tell you what.
and probably
Especially on the
Illinois
coastline.
makes sense.
Yeah.
We're just going to be very, selective in terms of what can we do legally.
Yeah.
Because even though we're not plant touching, there's all there's ambiguity,
connection
and whenever
between-
there's ambiguity, I get nervous. I'd rather be very straightforward. Washington
that.
State would be fine.
Yeah.
California, no, you have to go through all kinds of packaging.
Oh, wow.
You have to
I never even
have
thought of
special
that.
packaging to get into California with disclaimers at certain. There has to be a certain fraction of the package at the font size. I mean, it's this. So this is the stuff we're learning that we didn't know.
Yeah.
We just wanted to sell tar tubes, and so people would not
Right.
get the stuff in their lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to learn.
What we just learned, I should say, and what we
yes.
just learned is that these filters, we went onto their website, okay?
For some reason, we had to check
We
something.
looked
out.
something up. And these filters are biodegradable.
Beautiful.
We did not know that, and that's one of the objections some people will raise. But where I'm like, would you rather have that in your lungs or worry about a little plastic? But
Yeah.
now that they're biodegradable, that kind of overcomes that objection, which is
Yes.
exciting. That was this week. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Every week there's something new and, on one hand, new and exciting or new and an obstacle. Like, oh my God, we
Yeah.
can't ship to California.
Yeah.
Wholesale, retail store.
So what are some things that both of you individually are just grateful for and looking forward to with this new adventure you've been taking on?
Well, we have fun.
Yeah, I love it.
We're
That's,
continuing.
I wish I was closer.
I-
I feel like I'd come over every weekend with some food and we'd all just hang out.
exactly. We'd put you to
And
work
I can meet the
packing
famous
tart tubes,
Alan.
though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Um, I am a jam band person, an old
Sweet.
deadhead. I am looking forward to some festivals
Cool.
and hawking tire tubes at festivals. Homie Town is
Cool.
coming up in Southwick, Mass, in
Yeah.
2 weeks, and I'll be there with some friends. We're also talking to some young people who are going to more festivals than I can handle myself anymore. And they'll be selling tar tubes in their
That's so
particular
cool.
festival ways that they do.
Yep. Yep.
So we're
Tar tubes. Get
looking
your
for
tar
more
tubes. Get your
people
tar
if they want to
tubes.
contact us, and we're also excited about the ones that are going to be doing that for us.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
yeah.
What
'Cause
about you, Deanna? What are
market.
you looking forward to?
What, this summer or in general?
Let's do both.
Oh, I'm looking for having fun barbecues, chilling out, drinking my German beer. It's
Yeah.
kidding me.
Let's go.
Now, I feel very, and I think I speak for both of us, we feel very humbled
Yeah.
by everyone who has touched our lives throughout this process.
It's beautiful.
And we have gotten expert advice, business advice that, would probably have cost us thousands of dollars. We got an hour and a half free, and we used
Nice.
that business model, and that brought us to where we are now.
Nice.
So it's people such as, him.
That was a particular old other business connection I had from years ago.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. We tapped a lot of people and told them about what our concept was. And this guy was an angel investor. He's involved in accelerator programs for small businesses. Wanted to get us involved in one, but we moved so fast. We outran the accelerator. But a lot was because he spent a morning with us and gave us this great advice at no cost. He just was on board with 1 hour belief in what we were doing. And of course, the concept of it. And he was not a smoker.
Yeah.
But he loved the idea.
And it is actually the same business model that he uses is being taught at these accelerator classes.
Yes.
So
Nice.
we had already, as soon as he taught us about it, I grabbed it and I said, I like this, we're doing this.
Very
And
cool.
guided us along the way.
Yes.
So I think we both feel very grateful, very humbled by the process. And we're looking forward to getting to a place where we can give back to the community.
And I don't think you can't deny this product.
No.
Thank you.
No, you really can't.
Like,
But
and
we
I think
think about ways of giving back to the community. And one of the things I would love to see, and if only we had more time, I would love to see someone else spearhead a professional organization for the cannabis community.
yeah.
Especially focusing on bud tender educational development.
Yep.
What does that look like? Who should be behind it? Should be the dispensaries, right? A vision of for, since we stepped into the industry and saw the disparity between one dispensary and another in terms of knowledge and passion too.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's not going anywhere. This industry,
Yeah.
and it's the folks that, like I said before, when you go into the store and you bond with them, you see their passion, and you see how much they care about it. And I think that's the power that this plant brings. Because I don't know any other. I mean, there are plenty of other industries where I'm sure these individuals are, but one at the scale of cannabis, like it's huge. It's huge. And once we can learn to bring all these outlying individuals together, like the show can't stop. It'll be impossible. So we'll see what it looks like,
Yeah,
but if I keep getting higher and higher in that rank, I'll keep you informed on what it's looking like on my end too.
awesome.
Because
They
it's good to
sponsor,
know
if we're
individuals.
bigger, we're bigger. That's the kind of thing we want to sponsor. We want to be a part of an organization that's taken the industry to the next level.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean corporate, and it doesn't necessarily, I'm not knocking corporate. I just
No,
think
no.
that the industry as a whole, management needs to step up. And
A little bit.
companies like ours that
Yeah.
depend on bud tenders to move their products.
Yep.
You know,
It all
wants
comes
some
down to the bud
reward for
tender.
those bud tenders.
Yeah.
You know,
So how can I help you guys? What can
well,
I do to help you?
you can route people to tartubes.com.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know, and we would love to get into the Pennsylvania market. That's the
Okay.
natural next step because we're
Yeah.
moving geographically. You know,
Yeah.
you pretty much down Interstate 91.
Cool.
We're Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. We'll swing,
A little bit
swing
over.
left
PA, Delaware, yeah.
and head to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And
No, I would love to do that.
do you know the band Cabinet by any chance? Bluegrass
I
band
don't.
Cabinet?
I don't, but I'll write it down.
They're out of Pennsylvania, and that would be an excuse to go see them. They're playing at the Ardmore very often. Do you know the
That's not
Ardmore?
far from me at all. Ardmore is about 35 minutes to Ardmore Music Hall.
They've played there several times. Yeah,
Well, if Tar Tubes ever comes down to Jersey or PA, you please let me know.
I absolutely will.
Yeah.
I
You
absolutely
please
will.
let me know. I would love to treat
We
you ladies to
absolutely will.
dinner and just hang out and bond over the plant more in person. I think that would be beautiful.
We would love that.
Yes, we
We
would.
would love that.
Good.
We have smoked with the greatest people. This is
Yes.
this is what we do. We go around, we meet wonderful people, we share the tar tubes with them, and we just connect,
Yeah.
discuss
No,
all
it's
kinds of
it's
things.
Yeah.
it's all this industry is about. It's the connection that the cannabis brings.
Exactly.
And it's powerful what this plant can do for individuals and then what it does for a gravitational pull to certain individuals. Like it really does bring you guys together. Like think if you both didn't realize that you're going to your car for the same reason, Tar Tubes would not be here. But it was
Exactly.
created over the bond of cannabis,
Yeah.
So it's crazy because
It
even
is.
growing up, you were all using cannabis, and then it took that certain time with that certain individual to be in your path to then all come together. And
And
that's divine timing. And that's
really
just,
is.
it's magical. And it's really cool that you're able to create something out of that.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a blast.
And then we found out other things, like we were using the exact same kind of wallet, just different
Yeah.
colors.
We wear the same size shoes.
And we actually each had a pair that looked they were
Of the same
the
shoes
shape.
in the same color,
Oh,
Skechers.
It's meant to
Anyway,
be.
that's we just we
We
were
meshed.
meant
Yeah.
to find each other, and we were
Yes.
meant to bring forward this product. I'm sure of it.
I believe so.
Pre-rolls are a huge market, especially with seniors, and we're a wellness product is how we look at it.
Yeah.
This is a wellness and cannabis product.
Yeah.
And while again we're marketing to everyone, seniors would most especially benefit from it immediately.
No, I think so too. And I came across you guys from a senior Liz Lights Up here in New Jersey.
Oh, Liz.
Oh my
Of
goodness.
course.
Liz is the bomb. Liz is the
She
bomb. So
is.
I recorded an episode with Liz, but it was on the old software, and halfway through it, it just got really bad. So after we get through this, I owe Liz a message to say, hey, I have new software. I just recorded an episode. Everything's good. I'm excited to get our second part of our episode recorded. But she
Excellent.
is a beautiful soul.
She truly is.
I met Liz at NECAN, and I've never we just bonded. We hung out. I gave her some stuff, and I just talked to her, and I was like, hey, like, you and I are going to stay in touch. You know, I'm trying to create this podcasting. I would love to have you on it because I think you're just a powerful individual to share your story, but bring more seniors into the space to feel comfortable.
She is
And then
doing
through Liz, it's
something
how I
really
saw,
important. Sorry, yeah, she's
yeah. And
doing
then,
very important work.
yeah. And then when I saw Liz, that's how I came across you two awesome ladies. And I was just like, oh, Liz, you're just adding onto my list. So I'm excited that I now had these three ladies that I've been wanting to talk to between you two and Liz. I'm very happy to just learn more and be able to put out what you guys are doing separately, just out there for people to listen and learn about, because it's powerful stuff you're doing. And it's not always the easiest, but I'm glad no matter what, it seems like you all like to have fun around it. And that's
Absolutely.
the
It's cannabis. I mean, at the end of the day, we're dealing with cannabis.
That's what I say. That's what I say.
I don't feel like I'm I still feel like I'm in retirement in a sense. I don't feel like I'm working.
No.
You don't feel that way all the time. I mean,
Oh,
we have
no.
days, but
Yes, of course.
but every
I think-
day is evolved. We're sativa driven.
Yeah.
There. Good.
I just
Awesome.
wanted to put one thing out there.
Yeah, please.
We are in no way claiming that tar tubes is a medical device or improves
We can't make
healthy
medical
outcomes or
Yes.
anything like that. We're not, And the other thing is, because you asked, how can you support it? Always keep in mind, people don't know about this yet.
No.
So every time you do a podcast, if you can slip it in there and say, look, you go from this to this, check out their website, and then, you know what I'm saying? That's how these news, and then they tell their friends and stuff.
Yeah. Or when you're smoking a pre-roll on your podcast and you use a tar tubes with it.
There you go.
Because we're going to be sending you some, and
yes.
No, I'm just excited because I'm in these dispensaries every single day. Like every day of the week, I'm in Jersey.
We're in Bergen County. We're up in Cannabis and Home Theory.
Sweet.
But Highland Botanicals in Rockland County, right over the border in New York.
Cool.
We're in Syfe in Asbury Park and Funky Donkey in Asbury Park. That's off the top of my head.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I'll see what I can bring to your list.
Thank you so much. Well, we'll talk further.
No, I'm excited, and I'm even more excited if you make it down here. Please, you got to tell me.
Absolutely. I'm down there all the time from Jersey. I'm from Jersey, so that's why we opened up the Jersey market, because I wanted an excuse to go visit my friends.
Yeah. How about Rhode Island? How's Rhode Island for you guys?
We have a rep that's very eager to open up Rhode Island. We haven't yet. We've been knocking on a few doors. We honestly we've been moving from west to east in our state, and then down, Rhode Island's down there somewhere. Massachusetts. So we're getting there.
Cool.
If you got any leads in Rhode Island, we'd love to be there. We're not saying no to anybody unless they say no to us.
Yeah. I'll dig into my contacts this week and see who I can start setting you guys up with, and
thank you.
We'll go from there.
All right.
But I want to say I really appreciate you two taking the time out of your day and talking to me and my cats. It's a beautiful thing, and I wouldn't be able to survive in any other industry, but this industry really just emphasizes on community.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's so cool about this space. And that's why I try to get more and more people in this space, because you don't have to be a hardcore stoner. You can just enjoy a little bit of pot, but the people that come along with that and the relationships that you make it's life changing.
It is.
And in these days and these times, I think it's really important to have that human connection and that bond with anybody. So
Absolutely.
I really applaud you two for what you're doing. I really am grateful for the time that you spent with me today. And I am stoked to help put the word out on Tartubes,
Oh,
because it's powerful. You can't deny it.
well,
Can't deny
thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate this opportunity to share
Greatly.
with you and your audience. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we will
And
definitely hype up your
I'm
podcast.
excited
Get
to,
us doing it theirs.
Oh, wow. Wow. I appreciate that. And I'm excited to get around too in a few months, and maybe after summer, to check in on how we're doing and what's happening.
Okay,
After
absolutely.
all the music festivals you guys make it to this summer, we'll check in after that and see how we're doing.
Yes, it's the season. It's the season
is.
for music. I'm so psyched.
It is. Well, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you. Really appreciate it.
And let's just hang on